with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. And he'll take this across the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
On third down, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second down, Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Prescott from the gun on third. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A Dallas first down, Prescott hooking up with Beasley. Prescott on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On second down, Prescott again. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Prescott yet again. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to a...
Get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Cousins. He's going to sling this deep down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
3rd down. Spectacular catch. Turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes. Following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They pitch it out to Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Here's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And then New Orleans and Minnesota, that should be interesting.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Philly and Jacksonville, both teams struggling right now. The Eagles have already lost 4 games. They lost 3 all of last season. Both of those teams need a win in a big way. New Orleans at Minnesota, the Saints are on a heck of a roll.
It got his man complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys.
As a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up.
A kick. You don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before
to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
They had a 3-way conversation and said, guys, we're better than this.
All right, let's be contenders.
Let's get it up there. Well, how about this one now? They were 1-2-1, and their head coach Mike Zimmer told all of us media members, guess what, guys? We started 2.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they take possession of the football and
created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's got this as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Prescott now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little. Big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Play fake, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This is Murray, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
All right, now here we go, oh. Hey, hey. 4 down. The hunt on Andy. Rhino.
Second down, Cousins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back.
Let's go, let's go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a third down.
All right, now here we go. Oh. Tight end right. The hut. 180. Hey, we got four. We got four.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's able to get the first. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Four down. Check. Hey, watch that. Check right 54.
Now a give. This is Murray. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Clipper. Rhino.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he'll bring this one back to the
play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Looking to throw. Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being driven on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
3 down. Everyone, 180. Switch and 8.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys add on. And he's able to put it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock making them do it that way, didn't they?
Gun.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly
Just played better and better.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Cousins. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they will fire.